No. I am sick as fuck, and you're bitching at me that you're like, oh my God, I have to watch this with you. Instead, I could be sleeping. Fuck off. I literally have been blowing my nose like nonstop, like every 5 to 10 minutes since like fucking 9 o'clock this morning. My throat feels like shit. The only reason I'm fucking here is because there's 2 of us involved with this whole situation. So I don't
You've been making out with the bats again.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I literally, it was so funny too. Cause I pointed, cause you know, I don't leave the house, right? So it's not me bringing home fucking germs and shit like that. It's my kids. And so I literally pointed at the baby cause she was sitting in her high chair eating. And I was like,
she was sick.
I was like, and not just her, but there was a couple others too. But I was like, it was you. I pointed at her. I was like, it was you that got me sick. And she literally like, this is the first time ever she pointed back like with one finger.
She's like, bitch, please.
Yeah, she's like, no. Well, the funny part was she pointed at her sister. She pointed at she pointed at Sherry. And so I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But like, really? All right. You're gonna blame me.
She learned fast.
She did. She figured it out real fucking quick. So yeah, needless to say, like I hate being like this. I fucking hate being sick. Like, and the worst part is like with it being my nose all stuffed up and me coughing in my throat, it's like I can't, like if I had a stomach bug, right, where like all I had to do was like pull a trash can over and throw up into it, I could do my show. It would be no big deal. I could still participate. I'd be like, all right, I just got to throw up every once in a while and then I'll go back to doing my thing.
Yeah.
But I have to between my nose and my throat, it's like there's just no fucking way.
I forgot the home remedies to go over and take care of that because it's been a while since I've been sick. Again, I don't leave the house either. So,
yeah. The only difference is you don't have to worry about kids like coming home and like fucking making you sick and shit like that too. So,
I just have other worries. But one of which is this show.
That's
you bastard.
Right.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like we suppose I'm like, you know, it was one of those situations where it's like, you know, it's like Culture Casino says, you know, and my dear sweet friend Cece, and I love Cece to death. And he's like, you know what? Everything should get 3 episodes. You should give everything at least 3 episodes. Because you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. You know, I don't even
and this one was
everything should get 3 episodes in order to properly assess how bad or how good it is. So tonight is the 3rd episode. So by the way, boys and girls, you know what? I don't even have an intro. I don't fucking care. We're not doing an intro. We're not doing the bouncy thing. We're not doing the 30-second fucking down grind.
No, I get pumped. You'll get pumped with the as intro.
All right. You want the as intro? Okay. Yes. Sunker wants the as intro, and because we love her to death, she's going to get the as intro. So, all right, here we go, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fucking tragic Creature Commandos watch along to my dear, sweet, beautiful Sunker Maiden and my incredibly sick self. Enjoy your Azran.
There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Current fucking day! Fuck off! We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda. Twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. Twat waffle. Fuck off. Fucking gender ambiguity. Fucking current day Californian shit. Cause that's all we fucking know.
He took his headphones because he
Cause we're boring. We're so fucking boring.
I'm still angry. I took my headphones off. I've been there.
You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. Fuck your immersion. Guess what? Fucking pronouns. You take everything we love and you just can't help. Shovel your dog shit. Fucking crap. Ideology into everything. Every single solitary fucking thing.
Oh God, I want that to be a longer song. Like but I pay Terry Fan. Can I throw some money at him, like a T-Deb and a just so I can get a longer
I don't know how you didn't end up getting it to be a longer version for that, because like Az's rant only lasts so long, but fuck, like I felt like shit, and then I get to watch Az's rant and I'm like, I feel good now, and I'm probably about to feel shit here in about 2 seconds again when I have to blow my nose, but fuck, that intro is good. Shout out to Az, man. Every single fucking solitary fucking thing.
Like it's dude. It was the rage everyone has been feeling the whole fucking time with all of these games. It's like, we just want a fucking game, you cunts.
Right. It's like, it's literally, it's like all we want is like not to have your bullshit, not to have your nonsense interjected into our shit. And it's like, fuck, man. And I love that too. I love it. I love it how like, I love how like, shout out to, I'm having a brain fart, Dan Vask, for like messaging him as, be like, hey, can I clip this out? Might get you a little heat. A little heat, dude. Like Az got like 6,000 new subscribers off of that shit, and like 1 million fucking haters, dude. Like it was great.
I love all the people that were trying to like, yeah, you're only screwing because of the pronouns thing. You just logged on the game and you were yelling at the pronouns. Like, no. He went through a good chunk of the game, and then it turned into
he's literally got like
you're a man.
He's literally got like 25 fucking hours in that game. Like he live streamed all of it. So there's not just like, yeah, that was the best part. It was like, oh, you're just mad because no, this is like 15 hours into the game is when he lost his fucking mind and went off on all of this shit, because it wasn't just like a Hogwarts Legacy, right? Like Hogwarts Legacy, you got body type A and body type B, right? Mm-hmm. But it's never mentioned again in the rest of the fucking game.
The weirdest thing is,
whereas that one, it brings it up again and again and again.
The weirdest thing with Hogwarts Legacy, it's actually gendered. Everyone's gendered because
everybody's
they call
still gendered,
you, if you're a guy, you're a wizard, and if you're a girl, you're a witch. That's how it's always been. Fuck that bartender. But
yeah,
don't fuck her. Who knows what fucking is beneath those skirts.
Well, and even with the bartender too, it's like one of those things. It's like, it's super chill. Like it's not forced on you. Like it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really mention it too terribly much.
It's subliminal what they were doing with the bartender.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed this whenever they have trans or the off-ball characters that's in the super woke sphere. They never have anyone talk bad against them except the bad guys. There's like, we've had characters who are both good guy characters who fight all the time. I mean, that's the whole thing with Sebastian and his buddy, the other Slytherin boy.
Oh shit, I don't remember right now. I think about it. My head's all fucked up right now.
But
so,
they have conflict.
But I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
Like there's conflict. Like no one fucking hates Serona. No one ever goes over and says like, that bitch fucked up my drink that one time. Like no one's mean. No one like has a dislike of her. And I always find that a little bit unrealistic, because the world's a very big place, especially in the witch and wizarding and witchery world. There's gonna be someone that just fucking hates you.
Well, and that's kind of like that was kind of like everybody's problem with Dragon Age Veilguard too, right? Like even if you don't mind all of the woke shit, even if you don't mind all the trans shit, it's the fact that literally you couldn't talk shit to your fellow party members. Like you couldn't be mean to anybody. It was literally nothing but you could only be positive towards that. It was literally what people talk about with positive toxicity, right? Like with positive toxicity and like some of these companies where like nobody tells anybody, oh, well, that wasn't right. That wasn't wrong. That was bad. That wasn't a good idea. You shouldn't do that. You need to fix that. You need to correct that. It's literally like that entire fucking game is literally that. You can't be mean to anybody in that fucking game. And you're like, it's a fucking role-playing game. What?
Like these are the idiots who don't even know how to do dark side. Like when I was playing KOTOR, it was so fun just playing through KOTOR and seeing the dark side options where you could be an absolute bastard. And it's fun to have those options just to go over and say, I'm being better than this. I shall take the light path.
Well, and it's like what was it? Fable, like Fable 2 or whatever. Like the whole reason I played Fable was because of the fucking good guy and bad guy thing. And then it was like the same way in what was Infamous. Infamous was another great example of that. Infamous had that too, where like you literally, depending on what decisions you made, not only did it change the end of the game, but it changed your powers. You got different powers if you were a good guy or a bad guy. And it was the same thing in Fable too. Like you would literally grow horns. You would have like fucking flies buzzing around you like you were
because you're putrid.
Right. And like all of this other shit. And it's like, yeah, like that. Yeah, that's one of the things that's one of my one critiques of Hogwarts Legacy is like, I want you guys to give me a morality meter in the next game. Make my decisions actually impact the story. Because that's my biggest complaint about that game is it doesn't matter what decision you make, the characters react to you all the same. Like nothing fucking changes. And it's really kind of shitty. Like it should be better than that.
Well, you get all four of all of the unforgivable curses, like the curses that are unforgivable, and I could just be casting them about nearby other wizards.
Just,
and witches.
just
like,
fucking killing everybody. Nobody cares. Yeah.
Well, I get it against bad guys and that one cat, but that cat was looking at me weird.
Hey man, that cat deserved it. I see. My problem is because of LEK, and she don't even show up anymore. I haven't seen her in a long time. But like because of Ellie, I always have to fucking pet the cats because she used to come in and watch me play Hogwarts Legacy, and she's like, pet the kitty. And so like from then on out, I always pet the cats whenever I walk past them. Yeah. So I always pet the pussy when I'm in Hogwarts Legacy because you got to treat them right. You got to treat the kitties right.
But like Hogwarts Legacy was a very interesting game in that it is a huge patchwork. More and more you look back and it's just like, man, you guys are lucky the game was as workable as it came out because it does look like it went through a couple redos.
Yeah, well, and it's one of them situations too with everything going on in the culture and all that kind of stuff. Either way, it was still the #1 game of the year. You know what I mean? And it's one of those, and technically I still haven't finished it because I haven't finished my owls yet, but it's still, the game's still a lot of fun. The problem is,
how do you not finish the owls?
Because I have to literally go run around and just grind for like 5 hours to get my level up. So it's just me grinding in the game. And I'm like, that's kind of boring for a lot of people to watch. Like, unless I'm grinding against you, it's kind of boring just to watch. So it's one of them situations where it's like, I haven't gone and finished it because, that's just how it goes. I've literally had that game since it came out.
That's actually one stream idea I want to try to work and see if it works out is I would call it my homework streams. Where it's just like, well, I have to do all these things, and I don't want to just sit alone. And usually when I play these games, it's not just me. I'm usually listening to something else. So I'm thinking about like maybe when I boot up and do my homework stream for like Conquistador, because they have to first island again. I'll be like playing CAD file as well. I'm like, you guys want to learn about old TV shows? Here's CAD file. I fucking love this shit.
Well, and that wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Like that's one of the reasons like I like Pluto TV because they've got a lot of like those classic, like it's all Paramount's old classic shit. Plus for some reason they got the rights to like classic Doctor Who too. I have no idea how they pulled that off, but like, yeah, Paramount's like great for that kind of stuff. Like Pluto TV, like, it's like Pluto TV doesn't get like that high in the ratings compared to other planets, but like literally, like if you're like a CSI person, there's like 6 CSI channels on there.
Here's the thing,
there's like NCIS, there's all kinds of great shit on that.
I would be worried for when it does. Like you get to have your little fun things with NCIS and all that stuff, but then if it does get too many views, that's when the weirdo, creepy vultures and
but this is all just like replays and these are like literally like the only thing you get on Pluto is stuff that's like 3 seasons old or 4 seasons old because like that's just what they do. So it's like you don't have to worry about any of that with the weirdos because it's like it doesn't fucking matter because this shit's already been produced. And trust me, like FYI, SWAT is woke as fuck. Okay, it's got one of the guys from Criminal Minds there, but like SWAT, like I am not bullshitting you. There's only 2 episodes of that fucking show I have seen, and one of them involved white supremacists being the major terrorist threat in the country. Then the other one was some other bullshit like that too. And I was like, I literally like woke up out of like a dead sleep. And I told my wife, I was like, can you fucking change this? I was like, this is fucking woke as shit. Like, what the fuck? And then, of course, they're all wearing masks because it was filmed during that time. and everything else. And I'm just like, this is woke as fuck. Can you please change this? And she like literally like immediately changed it back to Miami, which Miami is great because it's in Miami. So there's all these fucking hot chicks running around in bikinis all the time. And Horatio's fucking a badass. So, but like literally, I was like, holy fucking God. I was like, I've only seen 2 episodes and both of them were woke as fuck. I was like, holy shit, this is trash.
Well, I was actually thinking, I think I remember seeing like the trailers for it. And I'm like, is this is this like a comedy that's playing itself as serious? Because what I'm seeing so far, it looks fucking retarded. Everyone's acting really, really poorly.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad. Like outside of Morgan himself, like everybody else is just trash. Like even one of the commercials I saw was like, oh, the only chick in the SWAT group, well, she must be a lesbian, you know, because it's like, yeah, like all the late they're walking through like a fucking they're walking through a barber shop, like the hairstyle salon, right? Going in there to do whatever. And they're like, ooh, there's one for each of us. Ooh, and one for Shelly too. And it's like, what? Just because she's a chick on a SWAT team, that makes her a fucking dyke? Like, what the fuck?
Well, they watched SWAT and they wanted to have Michelle Rodriguez or whatever her name is.
Dude, even Michelle Rodriguez, are you kidding me? That chick was so fucking horny for fucking what's his face in those fucking movies.
Well, that's an actress
like
who
she
can
was
act.
literally yeah, oh, right, that too. She literally is an actress but she's literally like cunts, get away, like get away from here, get off my man, you bitches. You know, like she's literally like, no, I'm taking him home and humping him. You all skanks, get away from him. You know what I mean? And it's like, you love that. You know, that's what you want to see is a girl fucking going out there and defending her fucking man and going, you skanks, get away. Because, you know, it's like, I mean, like, look, it's a bunch of hot chicks like leaning on him on his car. It's like, is he really going to get mad? Is he really going to tell them no? No. But is this girl going to come in there and fucking shut them hoes down? Absolutely. And I love Michelle Rodriguez for that. You know, so it's like,
that scene. I think we're thinking of a different scene. I don't
no,
think that's
really?
wrong.
It's literally in the first movie. It's in the first Fast and the Furious movie. It's like as soon as they're done with the race.
I was talking about SWAT, sir.
Oh, I don't remember her in SWAT. Is she in SWAT?
No, she was fun in SWAT. She was a single mom, but she was really much a badass, and she was really, really cool. And they did kind of set up some sort of a possible relationship with her and the other SWAT guy. But they actually played it kind of cool, where it's just like, yeah, it'd be fun to run off and fuck, but like, we're working together and I have a kid, so I can't be doing that shit no more.
I like that then. I like that a lot. Then. That's really great. Oh, all right, boys and girls. We're going to say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. I apologize. Common Nerd feels like shit. I don't know if it's the weather changing or it's the kids brought me home something. But I have literally been blowing my nose all day. My throat is fucking sore. So if you guys see me grabbing the throat spray or drinking a lot of mead, there's a reason why. I'm trying to keep my throat fucking from not dying. So there's a good possibility. Very sadly, even though $5 Fridays are generally the show where I make the most money, there's a good possibility I might not be there for $5 Fridays tomorrow because I feel like absolute fucking shit, boys and girls. But we've got Creature Commandos tonight. And by God, I hear this episode might actually be worse than the last couple of ones.
Okay. How can it be worse? I mean,
I know. Okay. So my buddy, Matt McGloin, who runs cosmicbook.news, right? Great dude. I cover a lot of his articles. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see a lot of his articles posted on that. He gave the first 2 episodes an 8 out of 10.
Dumbass.
He gave He gave this episode a 7 out of 10. So if he loved the first 2 episodes more than we fucking did, which is obvious because we fucking roasted and hated on that episode, this episode is apparently worse than the first 2. So maybe Matt just has a different opinion than we do. Maybe Matt has a different taste than we do. Maybe we'll like this episode more. But if Matt says this one's worse than the first 2, I'd imagine this is only going to be worse.
Paul, would you like me to do the recap of what happened in episodes?
Yes, please. By all means, let's talk about the fucking necrophilia and everything else that happened in the first episode. Because my God, that gets us all warm.
Well, no, let me go over and beat this horse. We start off episode 1, where the creatives go over and go out of their way to ostracize one half of their potential audience by going over and calling all the people who don't like woke stuff as weird, creepy incels while using the weird, creepy incel behavior and kind of vocal patterns that you see in the left. So I don't know quite who he is trying to make fun of, other than our dear Mr. Gunn being a fucking idiot. Moving on from that, we get introduced to the team, and they are told that Amazonian evil bad person wants to fuck up this one princess lady. So go here, and they're like, okay. So they go there, and they talk for a lot. And then Weasel's Weasel, and he's always running around licking things or pissing on things.
He's literally licking his balls.
Yeah. Weasel is the people who have, like, severe ADHD who can't focus on anything. So it keeps your attention. He's like for the retarded children in the audience that shouldn't be watching this because this is for adults, very much so. Princess comes on to 60-year-old man. So we have a basically an 18-year-old coming on to a 60-year-old man. And,
which for a guy that doesn't have a problem with girls that have daddy issues, I actually don't mind that aspect of it so much. It's just the fact that Rick Flag was supposed to be like, in the first episode, he's like, no, I'm not going to fuck you because that would be inappropriate. Yes. And then in the second episode, it's like, oh, all of a sudden we have an Indiana Jones. Literally, it was literally an scene right out of Indiana, because I didn't even remember. So I'm going to put myself back on screen. I literally didn't even remember that, right, until I did my review, which, by the way, my review only got like fucking 20 views. So fuck off with all that shit. But like literally in my review, I was like, holy shit, that is literally a scene directly out of Indiana Jones. Yeah, with Marion wiping him off. And the only difference is now we get from, because, you know, we always kind of figured like Indiana Jones was a little bit of a, you know, of course he's gonna.
He's a hoe.
Right. But like literally, like we get Rick Flag Sr. in the first episode being a good guy, and then the second episode he gets an Indiana Jones moment, and all of a sudden he fucks her. It's like, oh, I fucking hated that.
Well, this is what I mean by Gunn likes to go over and copy. He likes to copy things he's seen in the past. So he was copying the Indiana Jones Marion scene without actually understanding the great scene that was, because it wasn't just a chick patching him up and then they fuck. It was a great back and forth between him and Marion, where she's like, well, god damn it, where doesn't it hurt?
Right.
Like, fine,
right here.
Right
here. Like, right here on my lips. It doesn't hurt right here.
Like, you wanna kiss then if you're kissing everything? And it was a great back and forth between those two. But other than that, we then get the backstory origin of the bride, which no one asked for yet because we don't know who the fuck she is or why we should care about her. We don't have a lot of reasons to give a fuck about anyone and why we should care about them. My favorite characters so far are Fish Lady, Nazi killer guy, and I almost called him Dr. Syntherus. No. I'll call him Blight because I don't know his actual name. The guy who's Blight.
Yeah. I know who. Yeah. The Blight, the guy who looks like Blight from Batman the animated, or the Batman
Beyond.
Yeah.
So,
I like that. Yeah, like those are literally like the only three characters in this entire show that I like so far.
Mm-hmm. We got
I mean, I like Amanda Waller, but she was only in this for like 5 seconds to begin with, and it's just because I like her just because she's a bitch.
like Amanda Waller's great when she's just being that omnipotent power that you just can't fucking kill. Or just like, I'm going to go over and keep pulling the strings of the government and fuck you. Fucking with the government since 1999.
Yeah, she's literally like your ultimate bureaucrat of an asshole. She's like the first person that gets fired when Doge comes into effect next year. You know what I mean? It's like she's been that ultimate fucking whatchamacallit forever, that ultimate bureaucrat forever. And the only problem is the only reason you don't fire her and get rid of her is because she gets shit done. You know what I mean? It's like that's like her ways. Yeah, her ways are fucking horrible and wrong, but you know what? At the end of the day, she defeats the villain. So you're just like, all right, we're gonna let her go. Yeah.
To tie it up, we learned about the bride. Well, also one thing before I'm going to really like the Nazi killer guy until they point out all the guy.
Yeah, the Sons of Themyscira. Which, okay. By the way, so you want to hear something really fucked up? Because I'm sure you didn't watch my video review of this either. The Sons of Themyscira, okay, actually in the comics have an incredibly tragic backstory because they're
the boys that get thrown out.
Yep, they're the boys that get thrown into the sea. And Hephaestus makes a deal with the Amazonians that he will give them weapons, right? He will give them Hephaestus-made weapons as long as all of the boys, instead of getting thrown into the sea, they come to him and they work in his forge. So he essentially becomes their father and they all come and work for him versus the Amazonian women threw them into the fucking sea. So now they've went from being this tragic fucking backstory to these beta soy male fucking bitches in this series. And it's because, of course, you can't make the girls look bad. And that was the other funny part about it too, is like it literally only lasted for like a 10-issue run. And then they never mentioned them a fucking again outside of Jason being one of the sons of Themyscira. But they don't mention the backstory. They don't mention the fact that the Amazonians used to throw those fucking baby boys into the fucking water and like all this other kind of shit. So those guys are actually very tragic and they've turned them into some fucking beta soy male bitch shit. It's fucking horrible.
That's actually, that's a really cool storyline they could have highlighted, Gunn, but I guess you didn't feel like doing that. You basically Wikipedia'd it, didn't you? You wikied, you stupid fuck. No, that sounds wonderful, but it brings up very uncomfortable things. Like, to get political, it brings up the abortion issue. It's just like you're aborting your sons, you're killing your sons.
Yeah, and the fucked up part is it's like it tells you the reality of what that world would be, because it's like it's one of those things like the Amazonians, they go out there and essentially rape men is what they do. They go out there and they capture men to have babies and then they throw the males into the sea because it's only a female society. Well, it's like, hey, guess what? It doesn't matter how female your society is. If you keep doing this for generation after generation, you're going to get boys. Like there's just no way to stop it. You know, I'm unfortunately stuck with fucking a bunch of girls, but like, it's one of them things, like eventually a boy is going to show up. You know what I mean? And
number 6.
For the love of God. It was funny too. My wife gets these stupid little Facebook like prediction memes. And it was like, oh, in June of next year, you'll find out you're pregnant with twin boys. And I'm like, but yeah, like that'll make up for it all.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to be giving you child support just like to keep everything okay.
What are you talking about? That's what you do already. What are you talking about? You're my baby mama that gives me child support without it being a baby mama. It's the best fucking thing in the world. It's great. But like literally, like it's like, yeah, that addresses a legitimate situation because you're going to have that happen. Eventually, they're going to have a boy. You know what I mean? And the fact that they're just like, oh yeah, and then like that, not the fact that they turned them into like this, you know, woke, anti-feminist bullshit, while at the exact same time, they're clearly being mind controlled by this other chick. It's just like, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it.
Like, oh, you're only saying that. You're only saying these horrible, horrible things because you're mind controlled. Yeah. Also, just to go over and clear it up, at the end of this, we still don't know why the Amazonian chick wanted to go over and fuck with the princess. It's just been a lot of faffery, padded out by bullshit.
Yep.
Last thing is that we learn about the bride's origin. The bride was brought back to be the bride of Frankenstein, who is an incel.
Right. A total fucking, like, seriously, like I can only imagine it's only going to get worse in the future. Somebody, either we just got a subscriber or something.
So he's a huge incel, who really, really super wants her to love him, but when she's brought back to life via the doctor of the Frankenstein, she is freaked out all the time because she just woke up. The doctor begins to rehabilitate her, and midway through falls in love and fucks her. Well,
right, and completely ignoring his wife. Completely ignoring his wife.
I was thinking about that afterwards. I was just like, okay, I can understand why you would fuck like the most beautiful woman in the world, even though she's all crisscross. Like, wait a minute. It took me like 2 days afterward. Wait, wasn't he married? Wait.
Right. And that's the whole thing is like Frankenstein is supposed to kill his wife, which is why they fucking hate each other. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Ironcaster for $5.
Thank you.
Over on the Streamlabs side of things. Can you hear my chat? Can you hear my claps? Can you hear it? Yes. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For $5 says take my child support payment. I love it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Hopefully I'll be feeling good enough to see you guys tomorrow night on Comic Shop Talk. Thank you very much. And you know what? It wasn't a 50, but you know what? I'll take it. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.
Like, the one thing that made me so disappointed in that whole thing where it's just like, I saw you fucking my future bride, so I killed you. Like, Frankenstein is supposed to be a very smart character, at least
Right.
from how you were describing it last time we watched this.
Yeah, in the books he is. He's super intelligent. He's supposed to be beautiful. The only problem is the fact that because he is made up of dead flesh, it's like the uncanny valley effect, right? You look at him and though he should be beautiful, but he's fucking hideous and terrifying of you.
It's like AI art if it fucked up.
Right. Right.
So, what would have been an absolute smart thing is for Frankenstein to see that and realize that's going to happen a couple more times. Go get the wife and drag the wife while they're doing it and drop her in. It's like, okay, pick which one. And that would have been an amazing, very, very dramatic scene. And that would have really fucked with her. That would have fucked with him. Like, whatever he chose. Because if he chose her, that would, like, the wife would have died, and she would have been the cause of the wife's death, and then his death, or he would have chose the wife. Wife still would have, like, any choice would have been the wrong choice. First thing off, don't fuck your zombie creations.
Right, yeah, don't fuck your zombie creation. That's a good point. It's like, I don't care how hot she is. I don't care how good she looks naked. Don't fuck your zombie creation. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that one. Oh my God. That's just so yeah, needless to say, the first couple of episodes have been like kind of hot dumpster fire garbage. And the only there's a word for it that I can't remember right now, but the only like little, I guess, grace that I will give to James Gunn via like the Superman thing is because James Gunn flat out said he had to go in a completely different direction. He had to get out of his own way in order to write the Superman script, in order to write the Superman movie. He said it was nothing like anything he'd ever done before. Because that's one of the biggest complaints about this Creature Commandos is it literally feels like it's everything that James has done before. It's just another Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. It's just the Suicide Squad ripoff. It's literally all of that kind of stuff. So this is just, as I've said a million times before, this is just me being a DC fanboy and really fucking hoping that I'm wrong and this shit's going to be okay. But this is not, like my thumbnail said, like my title said, this is not a good start to the DCU.
I would just say Godspeed sums it up. That's actually kind of ironic. It's sad I've seen better writing in Prawn. Yes, yeah. I have seen better writing in Prawn. I've seen a lot better writing in Prawn. Sometimes it was much more dramatic. And kingdoms were at stake.
I'm pretty sure I saw better writing in Prawn today. So yeah, like I completely and totally get where he's coming from. So speaking of that, let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat and let's get this fucking party started, because the sooner we get this started, the sooner I can go to fucking bed because I feel like shit. John Washburn, what's going on, buddy? Says hail all. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. I had the dragon come up again. Ironcaster just became a member over on the YouTube side of things. I appreciate that. And then John Richards, problematic white guy. Did you? I have to pull out my YouTube chat now. I don't normally pull out my YouTube chats when we do like, but like, what the? Oh my God!
What's going on?
Oh my God! So Ironcaster sends us the $5, right? Oh my God,
Yeah.
you guys, what are you guys doing? Oh my God, I
Are
take
you
a day
giving him the
off.
love? Are you giving him so much love
Dude,
right
I
now?
am getting so much love right now. So
Good. You need it, bro. Fuck.
Ironcaster did his $5 donation, and then where is Dom? Where are you, Dom? I know you're in the chat somewhere. Cause let's see.
Dom
if I can
H
find
has
him.
gifted 5 memberships.
Yes,
channel.
Dom H has gifted 5 Common Nerd memberships. Boys and girls, that's $25. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I won't even give you the normal clap. I give you the normal. Jesus. Thank you.
Thank you, Dom. I appreciate. And guess what? That is definitely here you go. Thank you, my friend.
I gotta cut back. I just drank nearly half the bottle already, and this is just in prep for 30 minutes.
Well, that's because we've only got one episode to watch. But thank you, Dom.
Thank
now
you.
I meant to like update my credits a couple of days ago because I had a couple of guys come in and become members new. But I've been so fucking sick the last couple of days, I haven't been able to fucking do it. So now Dom's like, hey, by the way, not only do you have to add those other 2, you have to add 5 more. So now you have to add 7 names to your credits. I hope, did JR24 get one of those? I don't think he did. But either way, holy shit. Thank you, Dom. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the $25. Thank you for the $5 gifted memberships. You are part of the grease between our gears, keeping this machine running.
Thank you so much.
And I could not do this without every single one of you. So thank you, Dom. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that. All right.
I would also.
All right, this eccentric. What's going on, buddy? Good to see ya.
Eccentric.
Let's see who else we got. Dom, of course, we've got Dom, best New Zealander. There you go. Says this eccentric. Oh, talk about Az. Yeah, obviously. And then, yeah, absolutely, John. Grind. That's right. Grind, John. Grind. I love it. What's going on? Mayhem Productions. What's going on? Says, what's up? Dropping in for just a bit, editing my show for the morning, so I'm a little in and out, but already dropped a like in case I got to bounce. Thank you for that, Mayhem Productions. Thank you very much for that, Mayhem Productions. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I've been like I'm sweating. Like I'm feverish. Like I don't feel good at all, but I am here. So thank you.
You're strong. You can make it.
I can. We can. It's only a 30-minute episode. We can do it.
Just press play and let me scream over everything.
Right. Necrophilia, what did I come into? Mike has bad knees. What's going on, brother? What's one of my veteran brothers? Good to see you, my friend.
Hey.
Yeah, that's exactly what you came into. Welcome to Creature Commandos, man. Welcome to Creature
What
Commandos.
else would you call a corpse you reanimated?
That is true. Oh, Godspeed says, hail Stan and Merry Christmas. Hell yeah.
Merry Christmas
indeed, Godspeed. Merry Christmas indeed, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. And yeah, and just like that, Amanda Waller is better than most real life government bureaucrats who cause the problems and are the villains. So good point. Good to see. Good point. Oh, yes. Nice goblet indeed. Female privilege and red pillows. That's right. Probably not.
God,
if I ever shoot an animated show, I'm totally getting Common Nerd to do one of the voices. Thank you, Mayhem. That'll be fun. I would love that. JR24 says bonjour. JR24. Come join us over on Rumble because we're going to be watching this over on Rumble. Oh, man. Good to see you, buddy. And yeah, there you go. It's sad. I've seen better written prawn. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and there's Dom right there. Yeah, Dom gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much for that. Oh, Bubba got one. Nightwing got one. This show can be his gimme 11, even though he already has a Suicide Squad if he's going to give us a proper Superman. And I agree with you on that one, Ironcaster. It's one of them things that's like, he says he went out of his way to do things that are out of his comfort zone for the Superman movie. So let's hope to God he wasn't fucking lying to us. And let's hope it actually isn't a fucking being good.
What's outside of your comfort zone? Not being a fucking hack cunt?
I mean, literally not writing like fucking Tumblr prawn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's essentially what we're at this point. And that's the worst part. Because like, this is literally like, that's like all the jokes we've made about Tumblr prawn and everything else. It's like, what the fuck is this? That's literally what this is. So what's going on, Devastator?
Prawn in the bathroom.
Oh. All right. Exactly. And that is true. That is true, JR24. I can do it all night long. That's true. But yeah, thank you. Got to take off and have a great show and feel better. Thank you, Dom. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Dom. You're fucking glorious. Thank you, my friend. Says, Mike says, I promise we won't be upset. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
We'll see.
Oh, all right. Fucking shit. All right, we're gonna get a little tease, boys and girls.
I would also say, but just with the James Gunn thing, is you basically your entire I think the 10-year plan is the dumbest fucking thing ever. Like at most do a 5-year plan. That gets you a couple movies and everything that's working together. You can't pull off Avengers. You just can't.
Right.
You're not as good as to pull off Avengers. But your flagship is going to be Superman. That's going to be the thing that everyone is going to judge you on.
Yep.
Your appetizer is this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And that's the problem is that's the thing is like because this is the thing. And I said this before. I said this in my review too, as well, is it's one of them things where like, guess what? The majority of people out there, like the common average viewer is not going to watch Creature Commandos, right? Because they don't have HBO Max, unless they're a hardcore DC fanboy or, somebody like me, they're not going to watch this, right? So yes, Superman is going to be everybody's first entry into the DCU. So here's the real question, James. Did you go out of your way? Did you get out of your fucking comfort zone? Did you give us a Superman movie and not another fucking Guardians of the Galaxy movie? Is that what you gave us? We're going to fucking find out. And I look, I am a DC fanboy, but guess what? I roasted the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos. You give me a fucked up Superman movie and I promise you to God, every one of my fucking videos, I will roast you every fucking day and twice on Sunday. I will report every fucking weekend of your box office failures. I will scream at you. I will judge you. I will make sure you know that we fucking hate this shit because I am not going to put up with that. I'm just fucking not. So, yeah. Yeah. Kaio Saber. I'm late. Did I miss it all? No, not at all. And JRT Voices, God bless you.
Just the first half 40 minutes yelling.
Yeah, we did. We totally did. Well, we also were getting donations and shit too, so it's okay.
Very
good. All right, boys and girls.
Super generous people. Thank you so much for helping me out.
I love my friends. I love you. Thank you so very much. Especially after having to take the last couple of days off. So I appreciate that very much.
Oh,
all right.
That was yeah, I think they're going to have they're going to point to the guys and say like, those are not like, you know how they did with Polka Dot Man? Like, that's your mom. I think they're going to point to the sons of the Mascara and say, those are Nazis, to turn it, like, have him become the Killbot.
Probably.
And I'm just going to be so fucking mad.
You're so right. All right, we're going to watch the first little bit of this, and then we're going to shut YouTube down, and it'll just be Rumble exclusive. So boys and girls, come join us on Rumble.
That? Are you sure you want to risk that?
Yeah, that's it. That's all we'll do. Just the intro. I love that intro, though. I do have to admit, I love that intro. So, all right, boys and girls, join us over on Rumble. If you haven't already, what is wrong with you? Come join us over there on Rumble so we can do the proper watch along. Oh, shit. That's the wrong fucking. Somebody, it's the common nerds. It's the common nerd over on Rumble. So please join us, boys and girls. We'd love you a long time. If you do that, become a member, do all that kind of fun stuff.
And the major reason why you have to go over to Rumble is that even though what we are doing is transformative, we are providing a lot of commentary, we are pausing, we're doing everything. The YouTube bots are not smart enough or not programmed to go over and recognize this sort of content we're giving as transformative. So we actually cannot stay on YouTube. We would love to, but we can't. So we have to go to Rumble.
Yep. My dear sweet Sunker Maiden is absolutely right. So thank you for that, my dear. You explained it perfectly. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, we'll see you soon.